All right, Figure Battle Cat here. I am falling down a rabbit hole. You just saw me get these eyeballs in for Neve. It actually turned out really well. And that's what I was going to stop at. But what's going on here is I can't stop thinking about this. Okay. We just did this one last night. Thank you, Four Horsemen, for the inspiration. And the question is, why don't we just turn her into a redhead? We've got some scarlet, which needs to be some regular red, and then a brown that I use for everything. And we're just gonna see what happens. Okay. We're going to do some red first, but once again, the scarlet comes out really well when we're doing this. So it really creates a orange that I enjoy, and maybe a mixture between the two, right? So that's going to be a little bit more too orange. So let's blop in a little bit more of this red. I don't know why I'm trying to do speed painting here, but you know, for entertainment purposes, we want to see what it looks like pretty much immediately, right? So I think everybody wears meta glasses or something, right? Just to get this camera out of the way. I'm like painting with kind of the side of my body. All right, so let's see what other... I don't even have my setup yet, but what do you guys think so far? We are trying to get some of this paint off. Let's just get some of this paint off with a quick brush. I want to leave this metallic on there as much as we can. Huh. Interesting. Okay. And once again, just reminding myself, that we've got people here as well. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the tons of likes on this past two figures. The homage to the legendary barbarian, as well as the Neve. Wow, the Neve figure really blew up. I mean, everybody has been so kind and hitting the like button. I totally appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. So what I'm doing is I am just doing a palette of red and scarlet, and hopefully that comes out enough of a pop. We're going to go finer brushes there. And once again, we're going to try to get it, it's 4 minutes. We're going to try to get it under 15. 15 is usually my video length. And kind of see everything goes. I just posted the eyeball video, so I probably will post this tomorrow. And once again, try to get all these crevices. Let me see if I can get an angle here. I'm going to turn it upside down. Get a little access here. Oh, this is my big paintbrush. Nope, this isn't. Let's try to get a smaller paintbrush. I love these guys, and I probably need to retire them or do some paintbrush care on it. if you guys have ever done that, it's quite amazing. There's some salve you can put on it. It's like dyeing a lady's hair. Gotta make sure you don't get too much of the roots. Got a Q-tip at the end. We can take off all the little bits, okay? So it's coming together well. I like the color. Once again, it's a marriage between Scarlet, which is a little bit more on the orange side, as well as a little bit of red. So, I love the gray. Once again, let's get a little bit more. Once again, I'm kind of going in the middle. So and I got some brown that's in there, but I actually didn't utilize it at all. That gets a little clumpy here. It's starting to look like, I'm gonna say, a little bit of a Rene Russo look. A Rene Russo look. I don't know if you guys know Lethal Weapon, Thor's mom in Endgame. What other movie has she been in? Oh, it's hard to concentrate, paint, and talk at the same time. Feel free to smash the comment button. Tell me how crazy of an idea this is. I don't know. I probably shouldn't be doing this. It just doesn't make sense. Everybody seems to love the figure. I think for some reason having the gray hair makes her look really old. And I don't seem to like that. Once again, I love everybody's breakdown and photo and videos on this. I believe it's one of the most sought after. I know that there's a few other ones. People love a little bit more cosmic or a little bit more fantasy and more of a witch setting. But if you are Conan the Barbarian, and, well, we know what we're saying, Bridget Nielsen did very well. But once again, we're going to keep this as objective as possible. This is just let's call it a generic Neve or barbarian, generic barbarian that just decided to change the hair a bit, okay? Make sure not to dab too much. So let's go red on the roots. And once again, gotta have a steady hand. Get some of the paint off of there, right? And then you guys can always go with a pointed tipped Q-tip. Works extremely well to get the excess off the scalp and the forehead. Once again, there's a little bit there, but once again, that can come off as baby hair or something like that. Water should work pretty well, and if you need a little bit extra, we can go for a little bit of alcohol. So we'll try to touch it up. We're at 940 as far as minutes is concerned. I probably won't be able to clean it up perfectly before my self-imposed time is up. But before I take a picture, I'll get it done. Ooh, that didn't go well. My first big mistake. We'll finish up here. Ears. Got a little bit there. You know what? We can also do, wow, that's looking, geez, that's coming alive. We can also use a wooden tip to see if we can get that, some of the little stuff off. The camera is totally in front of the spot that I need it to be at. Once again, main paint. All right. So once again, haven't got my whole setup in, but once again, let's try our best here. Get this. We're running out of red. I gotta put a little bit more red on there. And once again, Mythics have done such a great job with how intricate the hair is. So hats off to them and hair and makeup, you know. That's a big level up. Ask the ladies. It's not just as easy as just getting everything perfect. Sometimes you need hair and makeup to come in and do a little damage. All right, so let's finish up this tail end. We're gonna go a little bit more. I'm just gonna plop it on there. That is just gonna be the residual, so a little bit of red. We'll go red on the bottom and then highlight it with the scarlet. Oh man, this is, it's gonna be tight. Once again, clean up on aisle 11. All these bracers or this, hair ties look fantastic. Has the, if you've seen her helmet, Neve's helmet, it's, has a purple tint to it as far as the winged items. You've seen it in the videos. If not, check out my video from a couple nights ago. Once again, these little details, these nooks and crannies, just really makes the hair look real. I would love to hear the designers and Four Horsemen kind of give us a background on is there a, I know there's a person who paints the lady's eyes, but is there a person who actually goes over the details and how the hair is supposed to flow and run, and how we make it so realistic? finish. Oh, that's okay. So my self-imposed time is up. We're at 15 minutes. I'm going to stop at 15 just to see what we have and see what else we need to bring to the table. Okay. So here's 15 minutes. Okay. What we're going to do is get this off. There's just a little bit I need to fiddle with right here. I'm not going to do this. I can't put it on the figure. I would say that if I were to have to judge, this is going to be a 20+ minute process. So all of the people who are buying and purchasing custom figures, custom paint, I want you to know the details it goes into. And we're talking a good amount of time that requires to set. Once again, what we would have to do is at the very end, what's very important is to have some matte matte varnish on this. So you see, I have a dried tip, and once again, that's not earwax. It's for paintings, you fellows. And if you have a dried version, it actually works to your benefit because that dryness carves out and takes off the stuff that we need to, like a friction brush, okay? Wow. So once again, 15 minutes. We have to get a little bit of these touch-ups, but all in all, looking pretty good. I'm gonna take, so mission failed at 15. Let's see if we can successfully complete the mission in the 20-minute mark. And thank you guys for staying on and watching, even though I'm trying my best to get this completed for, just to show that, hey, it can be done in a timely manner. But once again, I know there's customizers out there who have this completionist mentality where once you have something in your mind, you got to finish it. And I got stuff to do, adult stuff to do, and I shouldn't be doing this right now at 10 o'clock at night. Unfortunately, I am. So if you're watching this, get your stuff done first and then enjoy your painting. So once again, we went with a little bit of scarlet there, probably went too much, and that'll give us a little bit more of that reddish hair look. Off to the side a little bit, just like that. Same thing there. Make sure to get that little bit right there. We'll spin it around. So once again, hats off to the hair designer. Hats off to the female consultants, the elvish consultants as well. Oh, hello, that's what we need to do. So just put your paintbrush underneath sometimes, rather than trying to reach all the way around. Man, that's a bloody ear, if I've ever seen one. Okay, almost there. 19 minutes, 30 seconds. That's way too much. And you've got to get your varnish on there so that this paint doesn't get on your figure. Okay, so It's all good when you're rushing and getting through. But you can also, do I have an extra one of these? If I do, I'm going to use it. Yes, so these sponges, once again, we can dap, get some of this stuff off of here. We can also dry brush with whatever dry brush I have. Nope, we'll go with this one. This is as dry it can be. And once again, get all these little excess paints out of there, pull it down, and then apply it to the other parts. And once again, get into the nooks and crannies, pull out some of the excess paint that we're talking about. Okay, weather it a little bit. It's not going to be perfect on your first round, but here we go. Here we go. What you can see is a little bit of a wearing and weathering. You can see some of the grays that are coming through. We are doing pretty well with how we look for a 21-minute paint. I had here it is. So, thanks for staying on if you guys stayed on. Let's get some of the earwax off of here. We'll clean it up a little bit later, but wow, guys, 20 minutes. Pretty rushed, but trying to be as gentle as possible. And get some of these highlights on there. Okay, take some of the grays out. Definitely primer before you do this, but I was just so obsessed on trying to finish this in a timely manner that we don't always get it perfect, okay? Let's get a little bit, guys, here, guys there. And then that hairline right here is going to be the tough one. I don't even know. Here, we'll use this. I'll use the Scarlet. We're going to try last time here. Okay, that's pretty good. I feel like painting down works really well. So what I'm doing is just getting some paint, holding the figure in a horizontal pattern. And then getting that one hair done. Get this one right here. We got the roots there. Don't want to take too much of a chance. Highlight it here. Get a couple of the gray spots done. Once again, reach around, grab that little piece right there. Okay, make sure you get that piece here. Once again. All right, coming up upon 25 minutes. If you guys are still on with me, thank you for your kindness. Smash the like, hit the follow, and then that's it. I'm done. Done. Gotta go dry our brushes. We're gonna take a little bit off here. Good, get that nice and clean. Okay, Get this strip a little bit clean right here. There we go. Nice and easy. Finish up that guy. Get the ear and the blood off of there. All right, let's see how much paint is on here. Okay, moment of truth. 25 minutes marked. All right, guys. What do you think? Okay, we'll take it from the top. I'll get you guys some pictures. And then you tell me what we got here. Is it a winner? Make sure we don't have any orange on our precious figure. Wow, amazing. Thank you guys for watching and your patience. Appreciate your time. Red Eve, Figure Battle Cat out.